What up, world? Your boy Dub. Of course, I got my man Lance LaRosa one more time with me. I don't know for how much longer, but he does love the Eagles just as much as I do in any event. Lance, say what's up to the people.
What's up to the people?
All right, so this is the ROE, and of course, as many of y'all know, this is where we're at. Sorry for last week's technical difficulty. Cut out a little bit. Lance was just going on about the Eagles, which I'm just annoyed. I still am annoyed because Washington. And you know what? I can't blame Washington for what happened.
I can.
Okay, well, hold on. Before you get to that, which I know you're going to, here is what I'm going to say. I have spent 14 weeks of this regular season, and I have never, ever, ever put the blame on our rookie quarterback until this week. Carson, I'm sorry. The blame goes all to you, my brother. You had one job to do this week. You drove us down the field, put us in position to beat a divisional opponent at home, and you held on to the ball too damn long. I'm sorry, Carson Wentz. The blame this week, my brother, squarely on you.
See, I don't think you're talking about the last play, right?
Yes, I am.
And now, here's where I think issues come in.
Okay.
I think, and this is why I put this, we had control of that game. We were doing great in the game. We were actually putting out points in the first half this week.
Right.
Everything was going good. Till Darren Sproles got taken out of the game. Cheaply. Unfairly. Because how did Darren Sproles get taken out of the game?
Yeah.
He got taken out of the game with the concussion on a fair catch where they fucking leveled him. And once he went down, unfortunately, the pace of our game, our attack, it changed. All of a sudden, we went from having more points than them every single possession, going and handling them and having that weapon out in the field, to he's sitting on the sidelines, and unfortunately, we didn't have the depth. Ryan Matthews is out. Darren Sproles is out. Wendell Smallwood tore his MCL. He's out. That took away the majority of our weapons to do anything but try to pass the ball.
I still say to you, with everything that you just said, and I agree with you, however, the last play, in position, forget about everything I said about Nelson Aguilar in the past. He actually showed up this past Sunday and handled his business. We were in a position to win that game.
He didn't hold on to the ball too long, though. There was no open receiver. Look at downfield on that play.
Throw it away. You still got 2 seconds on the clock.
Okay, maybe that. Maybe he should have, broke out and thrown it away, but he thought, this is it. This is the play of the game. One of my guys is going to get open. And, yeah, okay, maybe rookie mistake. He should toss the ball, but I don't, they had so much movement to have to get down the field in that position. I understand where he was coming from with it. How about blaming our O-line for the instant penetration that happened?
I understand that. Last play of the game, but our O-line has been our Achilles heel this whole entire season.
Yeah.
Okay? Except for the first 3 weeks. The rest of the season, our Achilles heel has been our O-line. Our O-line has not stepped up and done what they've been needing to do to protect our rookie quarterback. So what does that mean for Carson? What that means is he has to make some adjustments. He has to call some audibles. He has to do whatever he needs to do to be successful.
You cannot put on the shoulders of a rookie quarterback to sit there and try to call audibles.
The last play of the game, he scrambled outside of the pocket to his left, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And our right side just let Washington come straight through them.
Yep.
And Carson, yeah, he was blinded by it. It was a fumble. But what I'm saying to you is, in that situation, you have to know your entire surroundings. Granted, no one has eyes in the back of their head. But the presence to know, if you don't have anything and you only have about 6 seconds left, throw it away and get one more play.
But
one more play out of it.
He was barely out of the pocket when they got him. And you can't throw the ball away when you're out of the pocket. He couldn't just spike the ball and lose the yardage.
He couldn't. But he scrambled himself enough to where if he didn't see anything developing, throw it down the field, throw it past the end zone.
He didn't have a chance to see anything developing.
So throw it away. That's what I'm saying to
who?
you.
By the time he had even the thought process of, let me go through my reads and throw it down the field, he was taken out.
Progression should have been made. Sorry.
The ball, the ball wasn't even in forward momentum. There was nothing with his arm where he had the opportunity to do it. They blindsided him. That comes down to our O-line. That comes down to a complete lack of talent on the O-line with all of our injuries. We have a very rough team this year.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, and I'm an Eagles fan. That means I have become accustomed to not having a winning season. But I have not.
I'm not accustomed to it. Let me get it. I am not accustomed to it. When you go through the errors that we have gone through, and do you realize we are still, even with our records, what they have been, we are still one of the top 4 teams in the NFL with the most wins.
Okay.
You know who other 3 teams are? New England, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh. And we're tied with Pittsburgh.
Well, we did beat Pittsburgh. So here's the issue that I run into. And this is really what it comes down to. Rookie quarterback. We always thought this was going to be like a building season, and it really has been. It showed us our weaknesses. It showed us, like, hey, Lane Johnson, you like to use performance-enhancing drugs. This is your 2nd suspension for it. It was a 2-week suspension.
10-game suspensions.
Sorry, I said 2-week?
Yeah.
I meant 10-week. Like, so what we're looking at here is, okay, we need to start replacing Lane Johnson. He was great at what he does, but clearly he does it cheating. That's like A-Rod. Yes, the Yankees held on to him, but you know what? We don't have to hold on to Lane Johnson. There are other people to fill that gap.
So who are we going to get? Because the people that we put in place in him this season have not stepped up to where we could look at a Lane Johnson and say, maybe it is time we cut ties with this brother.
I disagree with that, because Big V was like, he wasn't good on his first week, but he got his feet under him. Now he's injured. So the problem is we have to go into the talent core. We have to start looking at the draft. We have to start looking at the free.
How hard is to find?
I don't think
find an offensive guy that's going to fit the scheme. Granted, I truly hope that we get Big V. I hope that he fills that role nicely. But I'm sorry, from Jason Peters all the way down to Lane Johnson and all points in between, our offensive line. And see, you made me realize this. I was always blaming running backs, wide receivers, quarterbacks, defenses. No. You broke it down to me and said you are missing the key component of what our weakness is for the Philadelphia Eagles. What it is our offensive line.
Right, but look what we have to go shopping for this season. We have to go shopping for 2 offensive linemen, and we have to go shopping for a receiver. We have our quarterback.
Yeah, we do.
We have a solid running back core.
Yes.
We have a great defense that has come together and proven time and again they can make the plays.
Okay.
They let up some big ones, but that comes with time. We have a lot of rookies out there. We have a lot of people who are learning. We're injured deep.
All right.
We don't have a big shopping list this year. Not many teams get to go into the offseason saying that. Now, are we going into the playoffs? No, we're not.
We still are not mathematically eliminated. I know you think I'm crazy. The odds right now are 5 million to 1.
Okay.
For us to get there.
But it's possible.
I am willing, over these next 3 weeks, and if anybody can help me out, please let me know. I'm willing to put $3 right now and say that over these next 3 weeks, we're going to win out, and what needs to happen in order for us to get in is going to happen, and I will be a very happy and rich man.
That would be amazing.
5 million to 1 odds, and I'm taking that bet. Because that's how much faith I have in our team. You can call me crazy. You can call me an idiot. You can call me the definition of insanity. I am a fan. That's how much I believe in us to say it's $3. What's $3?
Well, I mean, that's I mean, those odds are better than the lotto tickets.
But the return on that, I'm telling you.
I would trade all of that return just to see us get a ring.
Let's get to the postseason.
All right.
I'm going to find that $3 bet. I'm telling you, I'm going to find anybody help brother out. Find me a bookie. Find me somebody I could call. I need to place a $3 bet on the odds that Philadelphia gets to the postseason. Because there is a lot that needs to happen.
Okay, let's talk about what needs to fall into place to get into the postseason. First and foremost, we need to win out.
Win out, right.
Secondly, we need Dallas to lose to the Bucks.
No.
No?
No.
Okay, go ahead.
Nope. I wrote it down, and I should have brought it with me. This is the basic scenario of what needs to happen, okay? First off, we need to win out. Yep. Secondly, Atlanta, Green Bay, and one other team need to lose out, okay? Tampa must beat Carolina the last week of the regular season. Minnesota must beat Green Bay, but then lose their other 2. Arizona has to lose at least once.
It's like a perfect storm, man. It's ridiculous.
And there's something else in there. But I actually have it written down, and I look at it every single day, because that is the belief that I have in our team, that if we handle our business, everything else will fall into place for us.
Okay, now getting into what I want to go a little deep in this.
Fine.
And this is not even going into the playoffs. This is more just going back to the core team. So we've got Sproles,
Right.
injured.
Right.
We've got Matthews injured.
I think he's
everyone's questionable these days.
No, but I think he legitimately is questionable where I might play.
We are looking at Smallwood out. He was doing great, and that's shit for a rookie season.
I have to look and see what his status is too, because I think he's another guy
he tore his MCL.
I think I don't know. All right.
So what that leaves with? So that leaves us with Barna.
Yep.
And that
Turner.
Turner, I think it is.
Is it Turner?
They brought someone up from so we actually had to bring someone up from the practice squad
Right.
for our running backs.
Yep.
Which is incredible because we started this year with a solid core of running backs. We are a team this year plagued by injuries, which doesn't happen.
Nope.
One of the things that the Eagles are notorious for is they're tough sons of bitches. They don't go down. So what's different? What's happening? Are they hitting harder in the league? Is the play scheme?
Hell no, they ain't hitting hard in the league. Because anytime you do that to somebody, you get 15 yards and a first down. Don't give me that shit.
Well, I mean, okay, looking at Sproles, that was a ridiculous cheap hit.
Was.
And I'm hoping, and I haven't seen anything on it yet, I'm hoping there are fines levied. Because he was exposed. You're not prepped for a hit when you call a fair catch.
There were too many cheap hits this past weekend, by the way. Not just on Philadelphia.
Oh,
but
no, throughout the league.
Too many cheap hits all the way around.
And you kind of have to wonder how much of that was done purposely. It takes us back to the era of Bountygate. Where, you're looking at that game and they're just hitting Favre a lot for no reason. What's going on here? I mean, that killed the team season and got a coach suspended for a year. The Saints haven't been the same since. It makes a difference. And these are things that we're seeing throughout the league. And, I mean, especially now with the new concussion protocols, everything going on, I don't know. I don't know that there's a fix for it. I don't know what's going on. But there are definitely too many injuries on our team this year. And they're all in the same position. So there's something going on with the way those positions are being played in our schemes. And I think that's something we have to look at because when you have 2 or 3 people in the same position constantly getting injured, okay, one time, it's an accident. Second time, it's a coincidence. Third time it happens, there's a pattern of something we're doing where we're either not giving the proper protection for it, we're not giving the proper cuts or schemes that they're drawing out of run this because when they're getting there, something's happening.
Let me take it one step further with you. Look at the 2 coaches and look at their style of practice. You have Chip Kelly, who ran a fast-paced offense. Here's a guy who he focused on the mechanics of the individual.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He focused on core and strengthening and conditioning, what was going to get the best production out of his team for the full 60 minutes.
Yeah.
All right? So now you've got Doug Peterson coming in. Doug Peterson still runs, in my opinion, what we had with Andy Reid. He runs that tough style of offense and practices, and he's trying to build you up mentally because he feels if you wouldn't be in the NFL if you weren't physically able to handle and withstand everything that comes along with people getting hit and taking blows and delivering blows. So I look at it from that perspective and say a lot of these guys who are coming off the Chip Kelly era and now on the Doug Peterson era, what I'm saying is it's going to take them some time to not only mentally be prepared to handle the style of play that is the NFL, but they have to now physically get themselves in even better conditioning.
It's so, I mean, and I don't know what their workouts they do, and I don't want to call anyone slacking on it because I'll tell you what, I don't work out like that. But, is it a matter of since they're not getting the team reps, they now have to do it on their own?
I don't know.
They're now we need more strengthening, we need more endurance play. We need more. I mean, hell, maybe a lot of these injuries can be avoided because, guys just need to take yoga or something. I don't know.
I agree with you.
I'm not in that position. That's not something I can even get a beginning of a conversation.
But again, I'll go back to you, and what I will say is there were a lot of cheap hits, and the one on Sproles was, it was a horrible hit. And I agree with you. I haven't seen anything.
I was watching on NFL Mobile when that happened, and I was in the passenger seat. The person I was with was driving. Nearly crashed the damn car because I screamed so loud. They freaked out that something was coming because I was pissed.
I'm glad I didn't see it.
I could not believe that.
I probably would have broke a TV. But more importantly than that, we got 3 games left, 2 against divisional opponents. Both of those 2 are at home. This is our last road game against Baltimore. And I'm saying we're going to win out, and the chips fall where they may.
I know that we're coming off, speaking to next week, watching the way the Ravens have played, they should have taken the Patriots last week. That being said, you don't think so?
Tom Brady being Tom Brady.
It was Tom Brady being Tom Brady, but
look, it needs to be said.
They went from 23-3 to 27-23.
No, I agree with you. That's because John Harbaugh.
21.
That's because John Harbaugh went in at halftime and said, "I don't know who you think you are, but realize where you're at and realize what's at stake. And if you don't fix the problems, there's going to be some problems after this game."
Right. But
so they came out and played with Ravens football, basically.
Now, and that's what they're like. And I think after what he's gonna do is have them all pepped up from. You see that shit that happened last week ain't happen again. Look at the team you're going against. Look at their record. Don't let them embarrass you. Don't let them do this to you. And they're gonna keep it.
We'll win. I'm not worried about it. I'm not worried about it. I'm telling you right now. 3 games left, and we got a short week.
Here's why I'm worried about it. Because every game I haven't been worried about this year, we found a way to lose. Every game I have been worried about, we found a way to win.
Well, then, you know
so
what?
I'm worried as hell through the end of the year.
Then you worry for the last 3 weeks. Lance LaRosa, what's up to the people, is going to worry for all the Eagles fans for the rest of this season, the last 3 weeks. Your man E-Dubs, I'm going to tell you straight to God, I'm not concerned. Why? Because right now, we can play loose, we can play free, and when we do those 2 things, we win. Bottom line. So you want to stress, you want to worry, my brother, I love you. Please feel free. This has been a great edition of ROE. We both got right out of here. It's going to be a short week, so I'm going to tell y'all right now, we're going to try and get everything. Oof. Excuse me. Yingling beer, I got to represent. Y'all know.
Right.
We're going to try and get one in before Thursday night. If we don't, Thursday night you will get a ROE from us before the game talking about Eagles-Giants. So, for my man Lance LaRosa, it's your man E-Dubs, a.k.a. Eric C. Wilson. Until next week, this has been ROE. Lance is going to worry about the Eagles for now. I got faith in our team.
I'm coming back bald.
Yeah, he going to try, but not going to be that good. But anyhow, we're going to holler at y'all later. Peace.